He calls himself a serial entrepreneur with his hand in many projects spanning from real estate to aircraft.
Major waves in the business world. Now, Maxwell is an entrepreneur who went from being homeless to building a multi-million-dollar real estate company.
I had to move back home to my mom's house at like 31 years old. I had to go back and look at myself and say, how did you do it, Max?
With 12 failed businesses and formerly homeless, Max is known for his humble beginnings and being transparent with his business. Now he is one of the most recognizable faces in real estate investing, making millions of dollars a year. But is he still as transparent today? Has fame and money corrupted him? How does Maxwell really make all of his money? I've uncovered 4 revenue streams that makes Max his millions. Number 1 is obviously real estate, but not in the way you think. Max used to post content vlogging about his real estate wholesaling business, but now that's nowhere to be found. A lot of it today is podcasts and promotions. Does he even wholesale anymore? Did you know one of Max's real estate companies actually went out of business? Max doesn't have a college degree. He went straight to the Air Force after high school, making less than $30,000 a year. After serving our country, he immediately got his real estate broker's license where he resided in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thus, Max's first company, Infinity Property Investment, was born. But it didn't last very long. What happened? The 2008 housing crisis.
And then I'm thinking the world's falling apart. When 2008, 2009 happened, so I leave, I go to California.
Over the next 6 years, Max experienced failure after failure after failure as he tried to make it in business, but couldn't seem to find something that worked for him. He was flat broke and had to move back in with his parents at 30 years old. But Max's destiny was not to live in the shadows. He caught a lucky break when his family friend Tony Robinson Sr. exposed him to this real estate concept called wholesaling. Max says in his first month, he closed his first $14,000 wholesale deal, which in my opinion is pretty lucky for a beginner unless you had help, like Max did. But Max did have a wide range of experience in marketing and sales and a real estate background already, so it makes sense. Either way, what Max was doing worked. Max used driving for dollars and cold calling to grow his wholesaling business well before it was as popular as it is today. And he was able to build a $20,000 a month grossing real estate wholesaling operation. But then everything changed. He came up with a unique concept that nobody else in real estate was doing: mass vlogging. Unfiltered, 100% access to the ins and outs, wins and failures of what it takes to really grow a wholesaling business. Max videoed everything that he was doing, meeting with sellers, driving on appointments, all while talking about how his entire operation works. No stone left unturned. And a massive quantity of it. Nobody else was doing this on social media for free.
And so from 2016, 17, 18, almost to 2019, nobody was putting out content like that.
And Max blew up.
Maxwell.
Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Max. First, what I want to do is tell you
He calls himself a serial entrepreneur with
Say we live!
And his number 2 revenue stream, his media company, was born. Over the last 6 years, Max has been aggressively building this side of his business. He has the Maxwell Show.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Maxwell Show.
The Endgame podcast.
Right, yeah. But I think having conversations that we necessarily don't have all the time, I think is more important to have these conversations in the open.
His Wholesaling House's Elite Facebook group, local pop-up events all across the country, We Live, a huge in-person event of which he paid Gary Vee to come speak at, and his content machine pumps out videos on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram like nobody's business. Max has said that he spends over $1 million a year just on payroll for his media company.
And it's an investment. I mean, we spend $1 million just on payroll just for the media side.
Gary Vee charges at least $100,000 for speaking events. So how can Max afford this huge expense? How does his media company actually make money? And what happened to his wholesaling business? Max also speaks at other events, but he doesn't charge Gary Vee level fees. There's 2 ways his media company makes money. The first way his media company makes money is with YouTube ad revenue.
I made roughly $112,000 from YouTube.
This was a year ago, but I'm guessing he makes a similar amount of money today. The second way his media company makes money is through affiliate commissions. Townsquare, PropStream, and Carrot seem to be his top affiliate partners. Now, the revenue he brings in from these streams isn't exactly known, but coming up, I'll make my best guess on Max's earnings. Though his media company doesn't actually need to turn a profit. You see, in a way, his media company is just a huge marketing expense to promote all of his other businesses. See, back in 2018, Max started a software business. He founded REI Skip and co-founded REI Rail. REI Skip is primarily a skip tracing software, kind of like batch skip tracing. REI Rail is a lead generation platform that helps investors with things like ringless voicemail blasts, landing pages, and now has a Driving for Dollars app.
Created a skip tracing company. It was doing real well. And then we created REI Rail, which is still real good. It's one of the best Driving for Dollars apps.
And coming soon, Max is launching a new company called Dial Pros. You see, Max is building a company for each part of the process to find a real estate deal. Maybe one day he's gonna launch a CRM, who knows? But this is what Max does. He starts huge companies to solve problems in the real estate investing space. He's the definition of a serial entrepreneur. In 2020, he launched the Max Mastery app, a monthly subscription app where you get access to Max's educational content, kind of like Masterclass, but for Max. He also has his own clothing line, Alphas Only. But before we get back to Max's wholesaling business, we need to talk about the most ambitious company that he's launched. And it's in aviation? Yep. Max builds planes too, and this is his fourth primary revenue stream. In 2021, he launched Lookup Aviation and Lookup Flight Academy with fellow YouTuber Mike Ojo. They sell and manufacture airplanes.
We teach people how to fly, we build custom aircraft, and you could think of the Sling TSI as like customizing a Tesla. Everything from the color, the stitching, every single thing about the plane is customized to you, and it's one of the most advanced general aviation aircraft on the market.
Max has multiple partners in this business, so it's going to be hard to know exactly how much money Max pulls from this. But considering all of these other lucrative revenue streams that Max has, it's not unheard of to think that Max doesn't do a lot of wholesaling anymore. Most of his social media content today is not around wholesaling. Either he simplified his operations there or hired people to run the business without him. But Max is now very active in another type of real estate, commercial development. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like Max may have reorganized his entire real estate company under this new brand, Venture Atlas. He's focusing on affordable housing and larger development projects.
And so one of the projects I'm working on in my hometown is a low-income housing apartment complex. And so that's our next thing. We want to put together cities.
And these projects aren't just about making money. They have a purpose, to serve and help others. And that's consistent with everything Max does now. He obviously doesn't need any more money. If I had to guess how much Max makes considering everything that he does and all of his payroll and expenses, maybe he takes home $3 to $5 million a year? You think I'm somewhat close or really way off? Regardless, Max is a beast of a businessman. Every year he has launched a new company and a new product, and I don't think he's gonna be slowing down anytime soon. Look, not every one of Max's projects is a smashing hit. He's failed just as many times as he succeeded, if not more.
I search for gigs. Go to FASPA.com, download the FASPA app today, and let the gigs start searching for you.
But he isn't afraid of failure, and that's what makes him great. His ability to keep taking risks, no matter if he's a multimillionaire or a broke 30-year-old living with his parents, is what truly makes him great. He's a purpose-driven human who just wants to help better the world. He served our country in the Air Force and is still serving our country today, just in different ways. He's building affordable housing in his local community and across the world.
We're looking at doing affordable housing in Ghana. And so we want to help build affordable housing, do mixed use.
Right now, he's currently raising money to send kids to Ghana. He wants to change people's lives.
A conversation in your office maybe a month or two ago, and you were talking about bringing kids to Ghana, and I said, let's do it. You said you want to do it next year. I said, no, let's do it now. You said you want to do 20. I said, let's do 100.
After doing all of my research on him, I've gained so much respect for Max, and I'm inspired from his story. I've donated $500 to his GoFundMe. Check out the link in the description. If you like this breakdown of Max's business, you're really gonna like the breakdown of this guru in the next video.